Hi everyone, I'm Dave, welcome back to Goodford Model Railway. I just wanted to give you a brief update as to where I've got to so far in my project to get a layout completed in a year. So the baseboards have now been done for the main running lines, so the lower level. If you look at the previous video, you'll see the track plans and the thought process behind it. So it'll be a two-stage build, and the first stage will be the main running lines. So the previous layout had a fiddle yard, which a third of which I've taken up. The other third is left here, so that will save me a hell of a lot of time doing all the point motors and electrics and everything for the fiddle yard. So most of the fiddle yard is already laid, as you can see. In front will be the two running lines, and a TMD will sit above this fiddle yard. That's still open for discussion as to how I actually have access to the fiddle yard and things like that, but I wanted to get the main running lines done first, if nothing else, because I've got a couple of little treats there which are just begging to be used. But anyway, move on from that. So yeah, the baseboards are done. So I didn't do an open frame construction this time. I did mainly just the frame and the board straight on top. The lift out section here took me a long time to do. Unfortunately, I decided to make it fully lift out rather than having it hinged last time, like I did last time, so that the actual section can be fully removed so you can get through. So these little gizmos here, push it down, they've got electrical connection, so they allow you to connect your bus wires on the gap, so it should just sit there. And then I've got a couple of bolts to keep it in place. Unfortunately, the room is not flat, the world is not flat, so therefore my lift out section wasn't entirely flat. I think it's as good as it'll get now. As long as I lay the track while it's in situ, that's fine. The board itself isn't going anywhere, it's firmly bolted to the floor and the walls. As you can see, I've built all the drop down sections, so the station starting to take shape, so you can see it will sit on top of a city / town scene. If you look at the previous video, the plans are a little bit clearer, and then I started marking out the Fowler road system. So that is, there's two boards here, so you can see a join. These two boards are still quite easy to remove, and that's the way I designed it. So that I can take them off and install the Fowler system and do all the scenery and stuff like that, because I can't install the wire under that fixed board. So I'll take them off at some point, install the wire. There's a loop that runs sort of in the middle of the station, so it will run round and come out there. And you can see I've started putting them where I'm going to put pavements. There'll be a row of shops and stuff at the front here. And then it will just run round and round, little van. So yeah, that's where we're up to so far. It's definitely taking shape. A few things worth noting when I was doing the board. So underneath you can see it's like a full-on frame construction. And wherever there's going to be points, I marked on the underside of the board where they're going to be. So I sort of drew out the track plan slightly underneath the board. And then didn't put any cross beams where the point motors are going to go. So yeah, it's very solid, it's not going anywhere, and yeah, it gives me a good base to work from. Put the programming tracks down last night, and yeah, I think that's about it. So fingers crossed, in the next couple of weeks I should be able to get the main running lines down, and then I'll just need to start working on point motors and electrics and getting them all fully up and running. I've got all the kit, got a load more cork down there. Yeah, I think that's about it really. Got my track setters ready to go. Not used them before, but I think they'd probably be quite helpful. And then yeah, a bunch of points over here. I managed to pick up a load of kit from Hatton's just as they announced that sadly they'd be closing, so managed to get most of my track and points slightly cheaper than I was expecting to pay, so I was quite pleased with that as a result. Obviously quite sad about Hatton's going, but there we go, it is what it is. Yeah, and that's where we're up to now. Other things worth noting that I've decided on, so the back scene, because it's going to run all the way around, I'll just be painting that on. I'll give that a go because it's quite easy to go over that if needs be. Yeah, so I've started putting the boards on for that. I had to put them on because of where that wood was going to go. I can't screw into it with the window behind. Yeah, I'm starting to build up a collection of low relief buildings to go behind, seeing what they look like. So yeah, I think we'll call it a wrap there. As always, open to hearing your comments, feedback, questions. Yeah, and I look forward to catching up with you guys, hopefully with some track down and trains running. Okay, cheers.